What's going on, everybody? Today I am super duper excited because Mrs. Green Apple has given us a brand new song, and I actually saw that the audio for this song popped up. I think it was a week or two ago now. I think since I saw it pop up, but I wanted to wait to do the reaction until we actually had the music video, and lo and behold, here it is. So this brand new song, ironically, is called Brand New. But the reason why I think it's called Brand New is because this is actually the Japanese theme for, I guess, the Japanese version of Spider-Man Brand New Day, the brand new Spider-Man movie from Tom Holland and all those guys and whatnot. So I'm curious to see if this is going to be kind of tailored towards that movie with the lyrics, or how this is going to be associated, because I kind of know, if you're a Spider-Man fan or even a Marvel fan, you kind of know that this is a troubling time for Peter right now, as he's, not really, he's kind of lost everybody and everything since the third movie. So I won't say more than that, just in case spoilers, But essentially, Peter's going through a lot right now. So I'm curious to see if they're kind of tailored the lyrics towards that or not. So I'm very excited to dive into this. Let's do this thing. Here we go. Ooh, I like that. Woo! Let's go! I love that we're starting off with the orchestration right away. I feel like they have probably done that in other songs I've already reacted to, but I feel like, as much as I love when they kind of start like with more of just the vocals and maybe a piano or just like a very, subtle bit of rock, if you will, and then build into the orchestration, sometimes just starting off that orchestration right off the bat just really hits heavy and just hits it in the right spot. Let's go. Everything's floating for some reason. So tailored to Spider-Man right off the bat. I mean, right off the bat. Look at these lyrics right off the bat here. I'll give you guys a disclaimer right now. There's gonna probably be a lot of spoilers here, in terms of the fact that if you've not watched the first three Spider-Man from Tom Holland's perspective, I'll say, there's going to be a lot of probably discussion here in terms of like where we left off with the third movie going into this new one. So I apologize if, you guys want to watch this, but there's some spoilers. I'll try to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but there might be a little bit. So just so you guys don't come yelling at me because I spoiled anything from that movie if you haven't seen it yet. There might be a little bit of spoilage, but just right off the bat here with these lyrics, if you pay attention here, we're already talking about it. I understood loneliness. He's understanding loneliness because Peter's at his loneliest point of his life right now because he's lost everything. He's lost his, his aunt. Spoiler, he's lost his aunt, friends, all of his, anybody who ever remembered him for that matter. And then saying, and I understood what love is. He lost his love. MJ doesn't remember who he is anymore. Making use of my five senses. The five senses, tapping into the idea of Spider-Man's senses, are dialed up to like 10 times that of a human being because he's a spider. Well, I guess he has spider powers, we'll say. So yeah, right off the bat, very Spider-Man related. I'm not going to pause and go through everything like this. That first three sentences just cracked me. I guess the line. We'll say, I guess the first three like lyrics, we'll say, just cracked me up. That just right off the bat, just tailoring to Spider-Man. Love it. Okay. Yeah, I will save you. Okay. Spider-Man saves people, obviously. Ooh, very, very clever there. He's going to save himself because this is a movie very much tailored to the idea of Spider-Man trying to go from being Spider-Man saving other people to now saving himself because Peter's going through hell right now because of, obviously, what I mentioned before. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, that was sick. They're like Spider-Man without the webs. I love it. Oh my god, I love this song so much. It's amazing. It's like parkour more than anything. This is sick. This is a great music video. Hell yeah. When the wound in my chest begins to hurt, not necessarily like an actual wound, like it could be because he's Spider-Man and gets hurt a lot, but more at the wound in his chest, like the wound is in his heart because he's heartbroken and he's, very unhappy in a way because he's lost everything in his life. So very cool kind of like double entendre there, or I guess maybe more of a double meaning, saying that he's, got a wound in his heart because potentially maybe from a fight, but actually could go two ways. So it could be like Spider-Man has a wound in his heart because of the fact that he was fighting and maybe got wounded, or it's going from Peter's aspect where Peter's heart is, wounded because he's lost everything. So that's kind of cool. It's like a double meaning on both parts of him being Spider-Man versus being Peter Parker. That's cool. I like that. Gosh, I can't get over Motoki's voice. He's so good. I love the rainbow in Hiloto's hair. No, that's not Hiloto. Sorry, Ryoka. That's a gorgeous video. This is such a fun music video. I love it. See, the idea of this, I think, saying, hang on. While holding your words. Holding your words. Come on, you're almost there. I think it says something like, while holding your words in my heart. I think that could be a reference of the idea of like the final words that maybe he exchanged with MJ and Ned, saying that he was holding those words to his heart because they made the promise that he was going to come find them and make them remember him. So maybe that's what they're kind of tapping into with that lyric. Yeah, close to my heart. Yep. That's a cool little like vocal chop moment, kind of. Very subtle, but really cool. Change! Oh yeah, baby. Oh, fuck yes. This is what I needed. Oh, so good! Oh, let's go, Motoki! Ooh. So sick. Wow. I mean, honestly, the thing that's so magical about Motoki is that he kind of wrote this song in perspective of being able to have it relate to that of the new Spider-Man movie and where Peter Parker is in his life at this point. But also it's a great kind of song for those maybe kind of going through the same thing Peter's going through. And maybe that's kind of the intention too of this new movie, is for us to kind of relate to Peter Parker, because I feel like for the while, like the first 3 movies were very much, Spider-Man related. Spider-Man, his life, I guess we'll say, was about him being Spider-Man, trying to save people and whatnot. And then he had to make the ultimate sacrifice of saving everybody by doing something that doesn't just hurt Spider-Man, but also him or I guess I should say hurts more so him as Peter Parker. So he had to give the ultimate sacrifice, being a hero that he is, by letting everybody in the world forget who he was, so that he could basically, save the world from all the catastrophe that was going to happen with the fact that everybody knew who he was and his broken spell from Doctor Strange, to the point that, yes, it was the best decision for him as Spider-Man, saving the world, but now Peter Parker is suffering, and that's where we're kind of coming into this new movie, where it's kind of, I feel like, yes, it's very Spider-Man related still, but it's more from, like, the idea of we're seeing him at his all-time low now as the human being. And so because we're seeing more of like the human being as Peter Parker rather than maybe Spider-Man in some cases, this kind of relates to the idea of saying, like, when you're at your low, when you feel like you've, lost everything or whatnot, or even if you're in a situation where maybe you did lose everything, like whether it could be the fact that maybe you, it doesn't really have to really relate to, age, I don't think, but really any age, you maybe lost your parents or a parent and whatnot, or, you lost, your grandparents, and maybe they were like the ones that helped raise you, and so you feel almost like this missing hole from them. Maybe it was from a divorce. Maybe, you got really screwed over and your wife or your husband took everything and the kids, and now you feel like you have nothing. You're all alone. And so you're at your lowest point, kind of like how Peter is right now in his point of his life. And so, obviously, as much as the song is tailored towards that of Peter Parker and his story right now, being the theme song for the movie, it's also a relation to us, where there's always going to be a brand new day, if you will, where, yes, everything might feel like hell. Everything might feel like your world has just disappeared. It's just, essentially you just have nothing else to live for in a way in some cases. But in the long run, there's always going to be a brand new day. There's always a new chapter in your life that can open to a whole new world of things for you. It could be, you lost your job. There's always going to be a new job that could be better for you. If you lost your parents, hey, you know what? Maybe they were suffering and they're in a better place now, and they're always going to be watching over you from above. And so you're not ever going to be without them. They're always just going to be in your heart. Instead of being there physically with you, they're going to be in your heart and your soul forever. And they're going to still guide you through life and make sure that you still are okay. So, I mean, yes, when you're at your lowest point, it's impossible sometimes to feel that way. But this is where Motoki comes in and reminds us that there is always going to be a brand new day. And there's always going to be better things to come, out of really shitty, very shitty situations, if you will. So, yeah, I love that double kind of meaning here, where you have it relating to Spider-Man and where he's at in his life, or I guess more Peter Parker, but also that we can all kind of relate to it ourselves, and where we kind of feel maybe the same way that Peter feels right now. So really cool, awesome song from these guys. I feel like these guys are incapable of putting out bad music. Just everything they put out is gold. So yeah, fucking awesome. Love it. Anyways, guys, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, and share by clicking down below. Now go ahead and play Smash Plays for Mrs. Green Apple over here, and you can check my Mr. Reaction already over here. As always, thank you all so much for watching and showing the support, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right, guys, bye.